Right now, things are getting very serious, and you need to follow this carefully so you don't miss what is really going on behind the scenes. The situation is showing clear signs that not everything is moving smoothly, and the latest development is sending a strong message across the political space. We are seeing a moment where expected unity is not holding the way many people thought it would. What is happening now is not noise. It is a signal that something deeper is going on, and it is slowly coming into the open. Make sure you like this video right now and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates, because this story is still developing and every moment counts. Now listen carefully. The issue on the table is dialogue. Dialogue means sitting down, talking, finding a way forward. It is usually the first step when there is disagreement. But what we are seeing now is a clear rejection of that process from one side. And when someone refuses dialogue, it changes everything. Because it means one of three things. Either there is no trust, or they believe the process is not fair, or they feel the outcome is already decided before the discussion even starts. So this is not just about refusing to talk. This is about sending a message, and the message is strong. It is saying we are not satisfied with how things are being handled. Now, stay with me. When leadership expects cooperation but gets resistance instead, it creates a situation where control becomes weaker, not completely gone, but not as strong as before. That is why this moment is being described as losing ground, because influence in leadership is not just about position. It is about agreement. It is about people moving together. And once that unity starts to shake, even small actions begin to carry big meaning, like this one. Now imagine this. If one person says no, it may look small. But if that no reflects what others are also feeling quietly, then it becomes something bigger. It becomes a sign that more people may be thinking the same way. That is how pressure builds slowly. And pressure in leadership space is something that must be handled very carefully. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because we are breaking everything down in a simple way so everybody can understand. Now, let's go deeper into what this means going forward. This situation is happening at a very sensitive time. Timing matters a lot in leadership matters. When decisions are being made about the future direction, about stability, about unity, every action counts. So rejecting dialogue at this time is not random. It is a calculated move, either to stand firm, or to push back, or to show dissatisfaction. Now let me explain something very important in a simple way. Leadership is like a team. If the team members are not agreeing, progress slows down. And when progress slows down, people begin to ask questions, not just inside the system, but also outside, because the public is watching. And what the public wants is simple. They want stability. They want progress. They want clear direction. So when they start seeing signs that leaders are not on the same page, it creates concern, not panic, but concern. Because people know that disagreements at the top can affect everything below. Now, think about this carefully. If dialogue is rejected today, what happens tomorrow? Does it mean there will be no discussion at all? Or does it mean a different kind of discussion will happen behind closed doors? Because sometimes what we see publicly is not the full picture. But even then, public actions still carry weight. They still send signals. And right now, the signal is clear. There's a difference in approach. Now, I want you to stay focused on this part. Sometimes saying no is not just rejection. It is strategy. It can be a way to gain attention. It can be a way to push for change. It can be a way to say, we want things done differently. So this move could be part of something bigger, not just a reaction, but a position. Now, don't forget, like this video and subscribe, because we are following this story step by step. Now, let's look at what could happen next. There are a few possible directions this situation can take. One, dialogue could still happen later, but under new conditions. Two more people could start showing their own positions openly. 3, leadership may respond in a way to bring things back together. All these are possible. And that is why this moment is very important, because it is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new phase. Now let's bring it down in a very simple way so everybody understands. There is a disagreement. One side wants to talk. Another side is not ready to talk. That alone tells you that things are not balanced. And when things are not balanced, movement becomes difficult. Now imagine driving a car where the wheels are not aligned. You can still move, but not smoothly. That is what is happening here. Movement is there, but alignment is not fully there. Now, viewers, I want you to think about this and also drop your comment. Do you think refusing dialogue is the right move in this kind of situation? Or do you think sitting down and talking is always better? And as you drop your comment, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Now, let's continue. Another important point you need to understand is this. Moments like this test leadership strength, not just power, but wisdom. Because how this is handled will determine what happens next. If handled carefully, unity can still be restored. If handled wrongly, differences can grow bigger. And once differences grow, they become harder to control. Now stay with me, we are not done yet. This situation is also opening space for observation. Many people are now watching quietly, watching who says what, watching who stands where, watching what actions follow. Because in leadership space, actions speak louder than words. And right now, the action we are seeing is rejection. That alone is powerful. Now, let me slow it down again so it is very clear. Rejecting dialogue means choosing another path. And whenever a new path is chosen, it comes with consequences, good or challenging, depending on how things play out. Now, this is where it becomes very interesting, because sometimes pressure creates change, and sometimes pressure creates division. So the question now is, which one would this situation bring? Change or more division? That is what everyone is waiting to see. Now, quickly, before we continue, like this video and subscribe so you stay updated with every part of this story. Now, let's go further. Another thing you must understand is that leadership situations are not always solved in one day. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it takes many moves. Sometimes it takes silent negotiations. So even though dialogue is rejected now, it does not mean communication has completely ended. It may just mean the current approach is not accepted. And something else may come later. Now, viewers, we are getting to a very important point. Unity is not forced. It is built, and when people feel unheard, unity becomes weak. That is why dialogue is important. But for dialogue to work, all sides must trust the process. Without trust, even talking becomes difficult. Now look at this carefully. If trust is low, people will avoid discussion. If trust is high, people will engage. So what we are seeing here may also be a trust issue, and trust takes time to build. Now, let me ask you again. Do you think trust is the main issue here, or do you think it is something else? Drop your thoughts, like this video, and subscribe. Now, let's continue the gist. As this situation continues, one thing is certain: more updates will come, more reactions will come, and more clarity will come, because situations like this do not stay silent for long. They grow, they develop, they change, and we will be here to break everything down for you in simple English so you understand every step